Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing our PokeRegion. And with today, I wanted to do something that we could incorporate with this Halloween month and continue our spoopy little video series for October. So today we're going to be doing a region-specific ghost type. So I was doing a lot of brainstorming for this one in terms of like what I wanted to base it off of, and I found a lot of really fun legends and lore here in Arizona that I didn't know about, but today I think we're going to touch on one that I grew up knowing, and I feel like anyone who was ever a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout, or I don't know, I feel everyone in Arizona knows this lore. So maybe it's just me, maybe just being in the valley, like we're aware of it more often, but I thought we could do the legend of the Lost Dutchman. So specifically, that is located in the Superstition Mountains. There's a legend that there is a lost gold mine there that is protected by different like spirits and ghosts, and basically makes it so people cannot discover where this hidden gold cache is located. So I knew that general lore about it, that there was like potentially some lost gold out in those mountains, and a lot of people have gone looking and ended up passing away just due to like heat and terrain and getting stuck and so many other different things that happened to them. And I didn't know much more past that. So with the story, there is the legend that in 1870 there was a gentleman that was nicknamed the Dutchman who ended up finding some of these gold stores with his buddy, and they ended up leaving some somewhere. That's how kind of the lore goes in general. So now people are fascinated with the idea that there's some type of like gold cache hidden away in these mountains, which I think is super cool. I think that's such like fun and cool lore, and we heard it all the time around every campfire back in the day. When I was in Girl Scouts, I think this was probably the most common like little lore story, especially if you were camping by those mountains. Assume that you would hear someone ask about it if you're going anywhere near them. So today, what I want to do is I want to design a Pokemon based off of the idea of these spirits of like the Lost Dutchman, or the spirits that guard that gold cache. I have a couple of ideas of where I want to go with this. I'm trying to decide if we're going to do a Pokemon like one and it evolves into another, or maybe we could do like 3 like evolution 1 ghost type Pokemon that are based off of different things around here. I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick. So I think we're just going to kind of jump in and sketch and like talk through it together. So let's jump in and get some sketches started. One of the first thoughts I had when I was getting ready for this video was doing some type of like ground type ghost that would kind of represent like the Dutchman or the different miners that worked in those mountains, and I thought it could be like a really kind of cute ghost type Pokemon. So my first thought was maybe making some type of like mole creature and having it, I love the idea of like long whiskers or like some type of mustache that kind of reflects kind of like Old West beard type of situation, like big long mustache and maybe like some mutton chops on this one, and then maybe in the second evolution it would have like a full-on big beard. And I like the idea of this being like, do we have moles in Arizona? Arizona mole. Okay, so Arizona does have gophers, so I'm gonna look at an Arizona gopher to kind of base this off of, because I think that would be just a fun little tie-in to bring in like a gopher into this design. So yeah, kind of like a little cute nose. Trying to think in simple Pokemon terms, but man, it's hard at the moment. I love the idea of it looking kind of like an old, befuddled, angry man. And then I'm trying to figure out how far I want to bridge the gap, because like I can't think of any Pokemon that have accessories, but there's some that like almost border on like having like a hat or some type of shape. Like, oh god, let me look up the Pokemon name I'm thinking of. So the one I was thinking of was Murkrow, and so Murkrow kind of has almost like a top hat thing going on with his feathers. And so I'm like, I would love to do a cowboy hat for our little mole creature. But I'm like, how do I make it like not just a hat on like a little gopher? Maybe we do, don't want it to look too dumb. Like that literally looks like I'm just putting a hat on it. So maybe it's instead kind of more like the bald prospector, and then like the mutton chops, maybe like a little shiny head bald prospector. And then I'm like, should he maybe be holding like a chunk of gold like maybe a gold brick, and then the next one could be like a bag of gold, or like something that would look like a gold panning thing. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, maybe this one would be more of like a rock or a gold nugget. Well, now I'm going back and forth on gold nugget. Let's think a little more on how we could do this. Also, we gotta have the gopher teeth. Little teethsies. Yeah. All right. I'm really liking him so far. He's very cute. Okay, so then maybe, how do we want to do the gold? Maybe we could do, because I know gophers don't have like kangaroo pouches, but maybe it could have like a little pouch and it has like little gold coins in it instead to kind of match the Pokemon style with the like Meowth coins. And then that could be like his overalls. Kind of like if you had like a big overall pouch. Oh my god, that sounds so cute. Okay, how do we make it even like look a little more like overalls? Color strap there. Oh my god, it's so cute. And then so he'll be like part ghost, part ground. And so I think I will give him little legs. Kind of like how Gengar has legs. Maybe he's just always floating. I think that looks pretty dang cute. Oh my gosh, just this little mole prospector ghost. Oh, I love it. Yes, and so he'll probably primarily be like some purples and like whites and blacks, maybe some browns in there too. We'll have to experiment with some colors to see how we can make him ghost-like, but still like ground gopher-like. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe this guy will make a 2-part evolution. So we'll start with this evolution, and then he'll evolve into maybe just a second one, kind of like how, I think it's is it Mistamerva? Is that how you pronounce that Pokemon name? It has like the second evolution that's just a little bit bigger. I kind of like the idea of this one just having a second step and not like a third one. Okay, so how do we take our cute prospector and make him even more prospectory without overdoing it? All right. I kind of like the idea of giving him kind of like a weird toothy big smile. So we already have the big, oh my gosh, what if we gave him a gold teeth, like maybe one gold tooth? Oh my gosh, that'd be great. Okay, so we have big teeth again, but we're gonna make like, I'm gonna just color it like this one is gonna be gold. Okay, and then we still have like a really big mustache. We'll make it even bigger this time, and it goes into like a full beard, big floofy beard. Yeah, okay, I like it. I kind of want to bridge the eyebrows into almost a unibrow for this one. Make them even bigger and floofier. And then it just is like beard all the way up. This would all be maybe like a cool gray colored beard. And then this would be like a darker tone. So all this face would be grays, I think would be really cool. Well, I like the face so far. Okay, now where are we going to go after the face? Well, I think it'd be kind of fun if it had like a chunk taken out of its ear. It's a very hard-worn gopher. Been in a couple scraps since its younger years. Okay, I think let's figure out, I guess, the overall body shape, and then I'll start getting details from there. Because I think what I'm struggling with is I don't know how far prospector or ghost I should push this one. So that's what I'm running into an issue for. Gotta give him a big bear belly. I think I kind of want to give him some long hair. Bald on top, long mullet in the back. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like a lot of the features shown with a prospector, especially just like Googling it, big beard, big mustache, big hat, and then they have like suspenders, maybe some jeans, and then the little panning pan for gold. A couple of them also have like a handkerchief. So maybe, God, I don't know like where we bridge between, well, there's that one there. I know there's some Pokemon that are like Kung Fu masters and they're in full like gis. So I think we're allowed to add some clothing. So I think if we add like a cute like handkerchief situation, that will change him up a little bit. I think that will be a nice addition. He'll still have his pouch. Maybe we can change it to gold bars instead of coins. Just a couple of big gold bars. Then, of course, we still need the suspenders going on. And then the question is, should I incorporate like a pickaxe or like a panning pan, or what we should do? So yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a pretty interesting duo here of like a first, second evolution. I don't want to overdo him, and I don't want to add too much to him, because I fear that if I keep adding more prospector details, it's just gonna look like I made some weird like humanoid ghost thing or something. The only other thing I could think of is if we like separate it like this and make maybe his legs kind of look like they have pants. without actually giving him pants. Maybe not with the cuffed bottoms. We'll just do like maybe something like that and make them kind of look like overall blue jean type of thing, but not blue jeans. Like I said, this is kind of weird territory. It's like I want to go even more and like really make him more prospectory, but I don't want to overdo it. But I think this is a happy medium. I think this works well for what we're doing. It kind of reminds me of like a Raticate and a Rattata type of situation, and I think that works so wonderfully. So now we have a really fun like ghost like ground type, and I really like it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and run with this, and we're gonna start with these because I really like how they look. I think they're really cute, and like I'm gonna experiment with some colors and try to incorporate, I guess, the traditional prospector look with like maybe a red shirt, blue jeans, but then I also want to keep it in the purple and grays to kind of reflect a ghost type, and especially the gray hair associated with the prospectors. So I think this is a good place to start. So I'm gonna jump in, we'll get some line art going and some like base colors thrown down and start feeling out how we want these guys to look. All right, let's get into it. So let's get into these little prospector ghost gophers in terms of finishing them with their drawings. And again, I'm trying to like slowly delve more into Clip Studio Paint. I've been really liking the program a lot, and so I'm trying to slowly add it more and more into my workflow because, man, it makes everything go so much faster. So I'm doing these ones in Clip Studio Pro, or not Clip Studio Pro, Clip Studio EX, I think is the better one. I don't know, whichever one. Either way, doing them in Clip Studio. I've been really loving the brush tool and then the tools that are like possible for filling in color and the painting tools. They're all really great. And I really had fun creating this guy. I don't know if he'd be more of a like ground ghost or a ghost ground. And I'd love to see your guys' opinions down in the comments, because I know that there's some ghost types that aren't like heavily like a Ghastly or a Gengar. You know, those are like straight up, these are creepy ghosts, right? But I know there's a couple ghost types that kind of are an in-between, or even more like a solid creature. It's not like a typical ghost idea. So I'm curious what you guys think of this one, which one it would be, like primarily like a ground ghost or a ghost ground. I know it's like almost the same thing, but in my brain, whenever I read a Pokemon description, whatever the type is that is listed first, that's like their primary quote unquote type, and then their secondary type is the one listed next. That's just at least how my brain works. So I'm curious what you guys think. And I'd love to hear some ideas for some moves, because like, I don't know, I love the idea of one called like Gold Rush, and it could be literally just like a cascade. Like that could be a steel move, actually. That'd be a really cool steel type move of just like all of these like gold bars and coins that would just bury the opponent Pokemon. I think would be really cool. Obviously, this would like potentially no dig or like a similar move. Maybe, isn't there like a rock slide attack too? I think there's so many options for this. So if you guys can think of some cool creative move that would tie in with the Dutchman Prospector, please let me know in the comments, because I think we could think of some really cool and creative little moves for this guy. All right, and we are all done with our little prospector ghost mole men, and I really love these. I think they're super cute and really adorable, and I had a lot of fun designing them. Again, I'm still getting used to drawing in this more like cartoony Pokemon style, but I think I'm getting there slowly, and I just really love how these turned out. But since this is spoopy Halloween season, I didn't want to only do just something like super cute. I really wanted to do another like lore or Arizona ghost tale in today's episode. So along with the lore of the Superstition Mountains and the Lost Dutchman's Treasure, I was trying to think of other cool ghost stories that are around Arizona, and while doing some research, I found one that I didn't even know, and I was like, this one is super cool. I'm really sad I didn't know about it sooner. So the next ghost we're going to be creating today is the Red Ghost of Arizona. So some backstory and lore about this one is back in the day, I think it was about the 1880s, a lot of the military and working class men that were coming here to Arizona were trying to find a new beast of burden. So a lot of times people use like oxen and other stuff to like pull carts or do really hard laborious tasks. So they were trying to find a new beast of burden to help here in Arizona that might be better acclimated to like a desert environment. So they imported camels. We had camels here, and I think we might still have some wild ones here in Arizona because of this. Basically what happened was they were brought over, they didn't work out as great as they had anticipated, and then they released them out into the wild. But with that, the story of the red ghost started to circulate. And what that was a red tinted camel, a lot of the times depicted with some type of demon or skeleton or ghostly rider on its back that was known for basically killing humans and creatures all across Arizona. There's stories of it killing a pregnant woman, a lot of different men, and being seen eating the flesh of other livestock and animals. So I thought this would be cool to do something like creepy as well for today's ghost Pokemon. So for this one, I'm thinking we're gonna do maybe like a legendary or semi-legendary, as in like maybe only one exists in this world. I know like a couple of other games have had like the secondary legendaries, like you have your main like 1, 2, or 3, and then you have like some smaller secondary ones that are available. So at least for me, I'm picturing this one as like a one-off creature that you can only get once in the game. So I'm gonna jump in and start sketching and figuring out what I want to do and how I want to convert this red ghost camel into a really cool Pokemon. So let's jump in and get that started. Okay, really quick speedy disclaimer. I tried the new time-lapse thing out of Clip Studio Paint for this one, and it ended up making the clip really short since it's like more of a frame-by-frame thing. So this part of the speed paint's gonna be really fast, so I'm gonna talk extra fast. So first I started with drawing this one in my style just because I couldn't get my head around the cartoony look for Pokemon, but I needed to get the details out of my brain first so then I could take those and simplify it down even more, and I think this is one of my favorite Pokemon that I've made so far. I tried to convert the little rider into some like little cute face thing so then we could really highlight the camel and its overall look. And then just a really cool red spoopy ghost just looked really bomb. And I think there could be some really cool moves with this one. I think we could think of so many awesome, unique Pokemon moves for this Pokemon in particular. And we are all done with this red ghost Pokemon, and I gotta tell you guys, I think this is my favorite Pokemon so far. I feel I finally am like nailing the simplicity style of Pokemon and giving these creatures a very like cartoony look, because like I said, that's like the hardest thing for me. And as you saw in the speed paint, I started with drawing it in my style so I could figure out what details I wanted to put on the creature, and then I brought it over and simplified it down into the Pokemon basic attributes. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I had a blast drawing it and coloring it, and I converted the little rider to kind of more of this little sad-faced, like, not skeleton, but a little sad-faced stone thing, because I didn't want a full rider on this, but I wanted to, like, allude to, like, the skeletal or demon rider that was seen on this camel. And I really like this. I think it turned out really fun and really cool, and I had a blast. I think this is my favorite so far of all the Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode where I was creating the ghost types for my region, and I hope you're enjoying our little extra spoopy Halloween. So if you guys like this episode and like my Pokemon series, please leave me a like down below and think about subscribing. Join our little community. I do monster mashes and creature creations, and then I'm creating this region on the side, so I'd really love if you wanted to join our community. And if you have any other ideas for like future Pokemon stuff, please leave it down in the comments. I got a lot of ideas working in my brain of where we can go with this next, but I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on what we should create next for the region. But either way, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out this video. I really appreciate your support and checking out my work. Make sure to check out my Patreon as well if you want to support the channel and support me, and I guess that will do it. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.